From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
All that heat, it is making its way back for many of the inland areas, and not to mention in Trinity County, and it's going to get even hotter possibly as we go into tomorrow and really through at least the middle of next week is when we expect this heat to kind of stick around. But we're also monitoring the potential for thunderstorms. And I do think we could even see some raindrops, and it's not out of the question even for some lightning strikes along the coast as well. We'll take a look at futurecasts here in a second. But the good news is those temperatures will start to drop by the end of next week. Here's what it looks like as we go into tonight and early tomorrow morning. We do have those temperatures dropping down to the upper 60s inland and for the coast in the upper 50s. Look at that. You see the raindrops in there? Yeah, it's certainly not out of the question. I think for the coast, the best chances will probably be, though, in the evening, into the overnight hours, and for the inland areas, late afternoon to early evening. We'll take a closer look at futurecast here in a second, but take a look at Trinity County. Look at that. We got thunderstorms. Lightning strikes are a possibility here late in the day, by the way. Temperatures still fairly hot, over 100 degrees as we take you into your Monday. In fact, speaking of that heat, you have either an excessive heat warning or a heat advisory for many parts of Northern California. The time frame is essentially from either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where you are. Bottom line, temperatures between 100 and 110. Of course, the hotter temperatures will be in the valley, not quite as hot, but hot nonetheless in the higher elevations. So let's go and take a look at that overall trend. And what we're seeing here is, Monday through Thursday, we're over 100 degrees. Right? And then temperatures start to drop. We're kind of in that transition phase on Friday, still fairly warm, but at least dropping below 100. And then we're down into the upper 80s, low 90s for Trinity County by the time we get into this next weekend. So looking a lot more pleasant out there. But take a look at the chances for thunderstorms. Essentially, when you see the green like this is coming out of the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. And they issue these here throughout the day. And you have the different scales here. Now, very rarely, if ever, have I ever seen any parts of Northern California within the enhanced, moderate to high. That's when you start getting extreme thunderstorms where, you've got the potential for tornadoes and everything. These are typically colors that are for the Midwest and the central United States, the southern United States, where you see a lot of that. But I have seen the darker green, and I think there have been even some instances where we get into that yellow, but rarely, if ever, have I seen it get outside of that dark green or yellow color. But bottom line, these lighter shades of color essentially means, yes, there's the chance for some thunderstorm activity out there for all of the areas shaded in the green right here. And then we go into Tuesday, and it's pretty much the same story with the chances for thunderstorms all across Northern California. So we take a look at Futurecast, and this is what's the timing of it all. So through the day, it's going to be dry. It's going to be hot and dry. And the coast looking at dry conditions, but mild. Temperatures upper 60s to low 70s. But by 6 p.m., we're beginning to see the activity that develops to our east to make its way here by the evening hours. So I think that Trinity County, by around 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, you'll start to see some activity. Here's 8 p.m. Monday. We're still seeing the bulk of the activity over Trinity County. Some of it now making its way into southern Humboldt County. And then as we go into the overnight hours, we're still seeing some of that activity move through. So places like Eureka, I think better chances. As you head north, I think the chances will be slimmer for places like Crescent City. But there's midnight Tuesday, and you can see, so as we go into Monday night, Tuesday morning, there you can see another round. So we're kind of between Crescent City and Eureka here. So Crescent City, it's not out of the question for you to get caught up in this. Certainly could be the case here, especially as we go into Monday night. But then we see another round coming in on Tuesday. Now, what's going to notice about Tuesday is that the storms won't be quite as strong. So as they do push westward, we're going to see less activity and chances are slimmer. But you'll notice, look at this, and we're seeing that activity here push through even the coast. Now, where we typically see storms come from west to east, because of the main area of low pressure that these storms are rotating around, which is down to our south, you've got that counterclockwise flow around that low that goes a little something like this. So the flow is coming from east to west. So that is basically the direction that the storms will be moving over the next few days. Now, I want to show you the long range, and this is not going to be an exact location and timing of when these storms will occur, but bottom line is this. All the way through next week, at least the mountains, and not to mention even the inland areas, are going to see off and on chances for showers and maybe some thunderstorms here, not only through all of next week, but it's looking like next Saturday and even into next Sunday as well. Overall, the trend that we're looking at is this. We have the moisture in place, enough, just enough moisture. We have the heat, which is going to create what we call convective showers and thunderstorms here. The heat of the day rises up. That's the instability that you need to help produce a lot of those thunderstorms that we see during the summertime hours. All right, let's take a look at the marine here. Of course, over the ocean, look at these wave heights. They are beginning to increase. So for anybody who fishes or just has a boat in general, be aware that we're going to be looking at some pretty high wave heights as we go into the next 24, 48 hours. In fact, we take a look at your marine forecast. Those winds for your Monday, not that bad. They're coming in from the southwest at 5 knots. Your waves from the northwest at 7 feet at 9 seconds. But there you can see from the northwest at 4 feet at 16 seconds. So your high tide for Monday will be at 1:01 p.m. at 5.7 feet, and your low tide 5:33 in the evening at 3.2 feet. And no advisories, at least for the immediate coast, but you start heading out, and there are some advisories out there. Temperatures mid to upper 50s for the coast. Klamath about 61, 53 Weaverville, and Trinity Center a low tonight of about 52 degrees. And for tomorrow, well, there it is. There's the heat. Now, you'll notice we got the thunderstorms here. We've got some showers here and some thunderstorms, and not to mention along the coast. Keep in mind, this is going to hold off until, as you saw on Futurecast, it's going to hold off until the late afternoon to early evening hours before we see any activity in Trinity County, and in the evening and overnight hours for Del Norte and Humboldt counties. So it's going to take a while before it gets here, but it looks pretty promising. All right, take a look at that 7-day outlook. Now for Crescent City, I've got your chances for showers Monday night, and then again possibly Tuesday evening as well. But should be dry the rest of the week and into that next weekend. Now, what I've done here for Hoopa is I've taken the chances out on Friday. Again, I'm just looking at the long range. That could change, but pretty much all of next week, we're looking at a chance for some showers. The best chances do look, though, to be tomorrow and Tuesday. Anything after that are slim chances. Same situation for Weaverville. Best chances will be tomorrow and Tuesday, and then slimmer chances as we take you through next week. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook for Eureka. We do have those temperatures in the low 70s, actually quite mild temperature-wise. So we got those showers coming in late in the day, late in the evening on Monday, and then on Tuesday, we got the chance for some evening showers as well. And then it should dry out entirely after that. Temperatures will start to drop after Wednesday, so even the coast is feeling the impacts of this heat wave with temperatures in the low 70s. But we're back in the upper 60s by Thursday, Friday, and the mid 60s by next weekend.